There are a lot of weird things about me, but one of the weirdest is that I cannot go into a shower and take a shower unless I have flip-flops on. And it has been that way since I was probably like 10 years old. And I'll get into why, but I didn't realize why until I was an adult in my 20s. But yeah, I can't even go into like any like a relative, a hotel, even my own bathtub that I fucking clean myself. Okay, I cannot go into my bathtub or any bathtub without flip-flops on. And I have this like mental like breakdown in my head of like what it is to like stand in your own filth, and then it repeats but next with other people's filth, and then the souls of all the other people who have been in this bathtub before you. Right. And it's just like, and so I don't go into a shower unless I'm wearing flip-flops, and it's so strange. Now, it's so very strange, but it was never perceived as strange because like all through college, like you wear flip-flops into the shower because like that's just what you do. So that's like was a thing. And then I kind of just like carried that over from when I was like home on break, and then like that wasn't weird then because like, oh, I'm going back to school anyways, like I'm just in this terrible habit. And then life goes on, and that's just how it is. And it was actually bad when I went to my mom's funeral, and so getting the call she died the night before, and then having to having to immediately drive 6 hours to go to her house, rented a hotel room, and I had literally like thrown shit in a bag, and I'm in this room and I'm like, shit, like I gotta shower. What the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? And I like didn't have my car. Like I didn't drive my car. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? Let me tell you what I did. I took the time to take the little hand towels in the hotel and fold them like into like sixths. Can you fold something into sixths? Eighths, right? 2 of them. And I put them into the shower. And I fucking stood on those. Like, that's a problem. So when that happened during like my mom's funeral, and like I had to like shut off like what was happening in life to be like, whoa, how am I gonna shower right now? When that moment happened, I realized something was fucking weird, and so I started like thinking like, why am I like this? Why am I so weird? And then I started thinking about like, okay, then I'm rarely ever not wearing sneakers also, or shoes like around my house, or around, if I could wear shoes wherever, I will always wear shoes. It is like painful, like be like, all right, I gotta take my shoes off. Ugh, God damn it. So I'm like, wow, I really don't like being barefoot. I really don't like just wearing like socks. Like I need to have my feet covered at all times. And I'm thinking back in my head, and then I finally remember my childhood trauma. And this is what it was. I was probably about like 8 years old. So I was on I was on like the local swim team, and I was fucking amazing. Yeah, I was probably doing that for a few years, and I had gotten these like planter's warts on the bottom of my foot, and they didn't hurt me. And I just was a kid, and I remember like hearing like my parents talking to me like, oh, we gotta take her to the podiatrist or the foot doctor, whatever it is, see your fucking feet. And then like I remember that happening, and I was like, why? I don't understand. It's just decoration. Apparently they're just not decoration. So that's like, so it was on like the bottom of my foot in one spot. So I'm like 8 years old. I go to the doctor, and he's talking to my parents, and like, so what are like this child's like habits? What does this child do? And I remember hearing, oh, the kid is a swimmer. Oh, the kid is walking around in his locker room. This is probably how like this happened on the bottom of the feet. Like locker rooms are filled with like germs and like whatever, and people going in and out. Like you should really wear flip-flops all the time. But he's not telling me this. Like I'm hearing this, and so he goes, yeah, we'll just take her in for a procedure and like scoop them on out. I'm sorry, scrape. So I remember going with my grandma, and she took me to the doctor, and they scraped these plantar warts off the bottom of my foot. And that was painful. Having them wasn't like so painful, but having like them take this like knife and like scrape out my skin was a little painful. And I remember being in tears and like in so much pain. And then my grandma like took me home, and like she was like giving me like a shower, like it had to wrap my foot in like plastic, and it was like this traumatizing thing. And after that, like I don't I probably only swam a little bit longer after that. I don't recall if it was because of what was going on with my foot, but I remember like getting a little older and then being not so comfortable like swimming and being in a bathing suit. That's I do remember that being a reason, but like I know like having a foot problem was an issue. So yeah, ever since I was like probably like 8 or 9, around that area, yeah, I've been traumatized and had carried over into adulthood, never really realizing it. And yeah, it was like my mother's funeral, and like where I should least be concerned about like flip-flops for my shower. And I was like, holy shit. So now that I know where this deep-rooted issue came from, I feel pretty much the same about it. Still wear flip-flops, sneakers all the time. Yeah. Oh, but then I have this whole other thing, which is like, I don't like swimming in pools where I could see the edges, because it's just like people soup, and it's like, it's just gross to me. I mean, come on, if you go underwater in a pool and you like swim by somebody, like some like old dude, right? And you swim by and you're, you know, underwater, and you see just like his leg hair just like underneath the water like this. That image in my head just grosses me out. So I just like, I have this thing with swimming in pools where I can see edges, and yeah, wearing flip-flops in the shower. So yeah, enjoy that fun, weird fucking thing about me, and I hope you have a great weekend. We're done.